Hello and welcome to my channel where I talk about dramas. Today I've chose a really special Korean drama to talk about. It is Genie Make A Wish. It was published in 2025 this year, and there was two reasons why I chose to watch it and then talk about it in this video. The first reason is, of course, the main characters, because the main characters are played by Kim Woo-bin and Bae Soo-ji, aka Suzy, and we have seen them in a work before in 2016, and the K-drama's name was Uncontrollably Fond. They were partners in that work as well, and now we see them together after 9 years. I was really happy to watch them together again, and the second reason I was really excited to watch this is because, of course, the theme. The theme itself can be figured out by the name of this drama, being Genie Make A Wish. The true theme of Genie and a lamp, I personally never have seen these themes in a K-drama before, and it was really refreshing. Nothing like anything I've seen before. Yeah, to be honest, when I first heard about this and themes about this, the first drama that came to my mind was Don't At Your Door, which was released in 2021. It was a really good K-drama, and the themes, I thought it was similar, but after watching it, it is not alike at all, I would say. And then Kim Woo-bin has announced his marriage to his partner for 10 years, and they're gonna get married soon, and I was really happy for them as well. One of the reasons, to be honest, was that as well. After I heard the news about his marriage with his partner, I was so happy, and I thought I should talk about this drama. In this first section, I'm gonna talk about the main characters and main roles. The first character I'm gonna talk about is the genie, Iblis, who is played by Kim Woo-bin himself. In this character, we see a powerful 1,000-year-old genie who was imprisoned for making a mistake in his past, and he has been imprisoned for 1,000 years. And yes, I'm gonna talk about this extent in explaining his role. And the second role and character we're gonna talk about is the master Ki-ga-young, who is played by Bae Soo-ji, aka Suzy. And this character is really interesting because Ga-young lacks emotions. She is a character we rarely see, I think. And she lacks emotions and empathy, and after an incident or an accident, she was sent to live with her grandmother. And the story is actually, after an accident appearing at home, like her normal family home, Ga-young and her family's home, Ga-young has done something a bit problematic, I would say. And where I say problematic, I'm gonna explain the accident. She killed their pet animal, which is a bird or a parrot. I didn't catch that. And after this incident and some other incidents as well, the mother is like, I am fearing her for my life, and I guess I will send my daughter to live with my mother. What? You can't deal with your daughter and can't teach her anything, and then you say like, I should send her to my mother to live with her. And To explain Gayong's and her grandmother's relationship, I will give you about some backstory, I guess, like story time. Gayong was sent to live with her grandmother when she was really young, and when they first started living together, it was really tough because the grandmother didn't know what to do in this situation, because Gayong was really a special case. She really couldn't feel any emotions or any empathy. So grandmother was learning as she was teaching as well. After they started living together for some times, Gayong's grandmother was called for a meeting at school with Gayong's teacher, and she of course went. When she went, she was staring in the teacher's eyes to learn what was wrong, if something was. She was asking too. She asked, "What is wrong with Gayong? Is her studies not coming along well? Did she do something wrong?" And the teacher was like, "Yeah, her studies are fine, but I wanted to talk about you about something else. Gayong is acting really strange. We had a lab lesson where we inspected a frog by cutting out its belly, and after that lesson, she kept coming to me to ask about it when we will do it again every day." Grandmother was shocked to hear this as well, because she didn't know they had this kind of lesson, and she was asking about these type of things because, as you might expect, Gayong doesn't tell her grandmother how the school went or what she did at school to her grandmother, and the grandmother was kept really in the dark about this time in her life. After grandmother heard about this situation, she brought back a frog to their home in the evening, and they went to the garden. Gayong and her grandmother went to the garden, and they sat in front of a rock, a big rock, and then the grandmother said, "Here you go. I brought you a frog. You can inspect it." Goyang was really excited and happy to hear about this, because she was waiting for days to inspect a frog again. So she was readily and happily cutting the frog's belly, and when she just did one incision, should I say, one cut, the grandmother readily and rushly went to her hand with a razor and cut her hand as well. Gayang was really mad about this, and in a rage, she was like, "What are you doing? You hurt me. Why are you doing this?" And while she was in this rage, in this madness, she even tried to strangle her grandmother as well. They were both crying. Gayang was in pain, and the grandmother was like emotional about what she did to her granddaughter as well, because this is not a normal thing to do. You don't go around cutting your granddaughter's hand with a razor. And Gayong is shouting at her, saying like, "Why did you do this? Why did you hurt me?" Grandmother was really relaxed and said that while she was crying, "If you hurt someone or something, I will hurt you. This is our rule. We have to obey the rules so we don't seem strange and weird from other people. If other people know that you're weird and strange, they're going to hurt you, not going to understand you. So we have to obey these rules in this house." And Gayong, after coming to herself a little bit, she said, "Really? The rules are this? Okay, I will obey them. This is our rules." And after agreeing to obey these rules, she was really improving in her life, but she still hated her grandmother. And one day, story time too, one day when she was like doing her homework, being really tired about doing homework at that evening, she was like, "When can I not see you again and live with you again?" To her grandmother. She asked this to her grandmother. And the grandmother was like, "If you study real good and get good grades, you can get into a university in other city. And when you go to that city, you don't have to live with me because you're gonna be in a different city and I'm not gonna come with you. So if you hate me and want to get rid of me in your life, you should study really well and get good grades. So you go to another city and live your life. I'm not gonna do anything." And Gayong heard about this and really started to study, and she was being number one in her school. Her studies were really good. And now I'm gonna talk about how does Kigayong became this genie's master and how did they really meet? Gayang was always good in her studies because of this reason, like I explained in this story time number 2. And because she was good in her studies and getting really good grades, she of course went into a good university and graduated it. It was a well-known university as well, but after graduating it, like when she asked about how to get rid of her mother that evening, and her grandmother replied with getting into a good university, after Gayong graduated, she came back to her hometown and started living with her grandmother again, which means she loves her grandmother now and she can support her grandmother after graduating. And in her hometown, she has a repair shop, and we get some informations about her doing some investments as a side hustle. So, I mean, she is rich now. Rich. She is getting really good money. She has a repair shop. Even though the repair shop hasn't have any work to do, she does investments. So she has money. After Gayong makes a lot of money and gaining a lot of money, being rich, she does a yearly trip to Dubai and she goes to the same restaurant, same seat at the same time every year. And she has done this for like a few years because it has been some time after she became rich. And by doing this, she's trying to show her mother how she is living the life now, how Gayong is as a person and she doesn't need her now. Show her what she like lose, I guess. Why did she left her with her grandmother and refused to teach her anything about her life, and why? Just like the reason being why. And then she tries to do this trip every year, and this year she becomes successful, meaning her mother meets her there. And when she sits in the same across Gayong, she's like, "Do you not know that I know you're here? What is your reason? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to reach me?" And Gayong is like, "Well, I want you to know that I come here every year, and for you to understand it better, I come to the same restaurant, same seat at the same time every year. So this year I met you though. I'm successful." And then Gayong shows her how her life has been better since her mother left her, and now she's rich and gains money. She doesn't need her mother, and she finally asks the question of like, why did you leave me as a child? What did I do so wrong to make you live with your own mother? What did I do? Was I that bad of a child? And of course, her mother is really scared of her. And in this dialogue, we see her being like shaking and being scared. It is visible that she is fearing her own daughter. And the mother replies with things that she did as a child, the incidents that happened when she was a child, and Going just says that, why couldn't you teach me though? I was a child. Why couldn't you teach me anything like my grandmother did? She taught me everything I know today. I am here because of my grandmother. I am so thankful to her. Why couldn't you do the same though? Why are you that bad of a mother? I don't think I am a bad child, but you're a bad mother. Yeah, like she means these things. And after this discussion, Gayong is like, she has been trying for a few years to meet her mother, and she finally succeeded, and she feels, I think, surreal. We can see from her expression because she always has a poker face. And in this trip, we see her being like, she goes with a tour to Dubai, and they go to some places, and when Gayong sees other people, like a daughter and a mother, reacting to a thing, like a souvenir, she does the exact same thing to like be like them, like a normal person. And her being there in a tour, of course, Dubai has a dessert, and of course they went to the desert as well. And when she was touring this desert, I say it like it's a dessert, but I don't know how to say it. Desert. And when they were touring the desert, people around her are weirded out by her actions like she did before coming to the desert, because she was like copying after them, trying to seem normal, but that did the opposite reaction. So they're weirded out by her, so they get away from her physically. And Goyong is left alone at the desert now, and she's walking in the desert by herself, and just trying to explore things in the desert. She's just walking and walking and walking, and she trips on something and falls immediately to the ground. And we're like, what's happening? What was there? Because in a desert there is nothing. Like there is nothing. And her tripping and falling, and then her being mad, she immediately stands up and tries to see like what she tripped on. After she looks to the ground and sees a little thing, she tries to dig it out of the sand, and she brings out a lamp, like a traditional lamp, the genie's lamp. And she's like, what is this? I don't know what this is. And she tries to like clean it off with her hands, the sand on it. And she like shakes it for like if something's in it or not. And after being not intrigued by this lamp anymore, she's like, I don't care about this anymore. I'll just throw it. And when she throws it, like really good, it goes to a distance. It hits her in the head, and she like is in pain and wondering what is happening to her. And she picks up the lamp as well and throws it again, and it falls to her feet. She throws it again, and it comes around at the same spot. And she's like, what is happening? Why can't I leave this lamp alone? Why is it following? Is it following me? What the hell is happening? And she looks at the lamp, puts it down, and tries to walk away now. And when she's trying to walk away, we see the genie appear at last. And this is their first meeting. We see the genie Kim Bin coming out of the lamp and appearing as a long-haired human, a person. And Goyoung is really shocked by his appearance because she was not expecting to see someone at the desert because she knew she was alone. After Genie appears from the lamp and Goyoung being shocked and wondering about where he came from because she knew she was alone in this desert. And she looks around and like she is thinking, she is imagining these things because everyone around her calls her a psychopath and she's like, I must be hallucinating. What is happening to me? Did I not take my medication today? She's wondering these things and not believing this genie is a real one. And the genie is like, hello, I am your genie. And you have 3 wishes. But I have 3 rules, 3. And you have 3 wishes. And I have 2 rules about these wishes. 1, you can't bring back the death. 2, you can't go to the future. Now, you can make your wish. Please do it. Please do this all 3 at once so we can be done. And Goyoung is like, no, I'm not doing this. And she thinks she is hallucinating as well, so she does not say anything because they might be people near her or like be afraid of her again or something. So she just ignores the genie, and the genie is feeling unwell after saying all these things because she shaked the lamp so much that he's feeling nauseous from the shakes that she did. And Goyoung is like unbothered, goes on her way, and Genie follows her. That was their first meeting, and after their first meeting, the genie follows her everywhere. The tour that they do in Dubai, he is with her everywhere. And this makes it easier for him. He has a special thing he does, which is he has a special power which is being invisible in others' eyes but being visible in only Goyoung's eyes. So when they're in an inconvenience, he just makes himself disappear from everyone else's eyes and he doesn't have to deal with anything else. But Goyoung doesn't know he has that special power, so Goyoung just seems mad by other people. But Goyoung herself, of course, doesn't know that he has a special power and does this in front of everyone. So she just seems like talking to nothing from the outside. And the people are just getting worried because she was very weird before. She was awkward before, but she didn't talk to herself like that before. So they're thinking, she must be really mad and in a bad condition, so we shouldn't touch her or make eye contact with her. They are thinking like this. And when Goyoung thinks that she got rid of the genie comes back in a different place or her hotel room, and Genie all in a while in this process just trying to explain what happened to him, because being in a lamp for 1,000 years you just get really bored because you have no people interactions and you're just left alone, and he had just one furniture, like I said. and it was a sofa. He was really bored in his lamp and was trying to find his master all along. And when he finds his master after 1,000 years, he is really excited to be out of this lamp, and it really seems so. And in this section of this video, I'm gonna talk about Gayong's first two wishes, because the third one, I don't want to talk about that to that extent of this drama, but the first two is intriguing. And in the first two wishes that she wishes, it is nothing but being selfless. She cannot be selfish. I don't know why she does this, but she cannot be selfish herself. The first wish was to make a bet with the genie. I mean, they came back from the Dubai and now they're in Korea, and Gayang lives with her grandmother, but the genie disappears from everyone else's eyes. So that wasn't a problem. Genie was at her home every day. She really goes to a place and then comes back, or things like that. But because he was bothering her so much and kept talking on and on about the corruption of humans, Goyang was like, corruption of humans? Let's make a bet. I'm making my first wish. And the genie is like, are you sure you're gonna make a wish about something like this? And the Goyang is like, sure, I'm gonna make my first wish. We're gonna make a bet. And the bet is about like a challenge. It is like a test for humans. And she says that the first 5 people that we meet, we're gonna test if they're gonna be corrupted by these 3 wishes or not. So the genie is like, yeah, your wish is my command, and we will do that right now. And when they're walking through this little street with gardens, like plants outside them, the first 5 people walk by and we see these people's. One is like her high school classmate, one is like an employee at a supermarket in their town, and she comes to Gayong's shop for her car's repair for a few times a month. Like, Gayong knows all these people and explains who they are to the genie, and the genie is like, yes, your wish has started and we will see what will happen. I won't go further about these wishes and how they came about as well, because we don't really have time. But the second wish, I'm trying to show how unpredictable Gayong as a person is as a person. So for the second wish she wishes to make her grandmother become her younger self again. But she doesn't know something. By making her grandmother younger, that doesn't mean that grandmother is gonna live longer. So she had made a mistake, but she doesn't realize it just yet. And in this drama, I will talk about to this extent. So if you're curious about this drama, Genie Make A Wish, please go watch it yourself. Or do you want to hear about this drama more from me? Please leave a comment and I will reply. If there's any comments about saying that you want a part 2, I will try to make that happen. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching my video. I will see you again next week.